You're the cause of many sad childhoods, you fucking nonce.
Fuck off. You're lying.
No, I swear to
You're
God.
lying. So she came home and like, she smelled the sex. That's the crime.
I feel bad. I'm not proud of it. Only one of us can be grim an episode, alright, lad? Not both of us.
This is the point.
There's nothing worse.
What's wrong with you though? This is the point. They don't stink.
I feel like I'm fucking getting dad breath.
You getting what?
Dad breath?
Dad breath.
Yeah, you never heard of fucking dad breath?
No, I had dad breath, but it left when I was 3 weeks old.
Yeah, sorry, lad. didn't mean to bring it up.
What's dad breath?
It's just that dad's breath stinks of shit, lad. Just fucking men in general as they get older. They drink too much coffee. My dad smoked ciggies. And it just, the breath stinks of shit. And I can taste how bad.
You don't smoke. So do you just
I drink loads of coffee, and I've noticed it happening since I drank the coffee. But I've got like good fucking dental hygiene. I've never had a filling. Don't make a joke about me getting bummed.
I wasn't going to.
Yeah, I've never had a filling, never had any fucking major dental work like that. Teeth are sound. What's going on? Why does it taste like something's died in my mouth every morning?
Maybe Beck's like putting stuff in your mouth while you sleep.
I wouldn't be surprised the shit I've been saying about her on this podcast.
Yeah.
Episodes are getting released now. A backlog of shite I've said about it is just dropping each week.
Yeah, you thought it would be fine, and that is, however, not the case. Yeah, there's every chance she's just, I don't know, putting stuff in your mouth when you sleep.
Like what? Balls. That's what it fucking feels like.
Balls.
I was joking. She doesn't have. Like, I'm literally not going to talk about it. She's off topic.
I don't want it to be. There's every chance you won't make it to this wedding. I just find it so. Like, it's interesting as well because this will go out after you're married now, or maybe it won't be.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah, because like
how do you feel being a married man?
Sick, you know. I'm so scared about the stag do.
I so hope she leaves you at the altar so we can play this because it'll be so funny. Like, just you're like, oh, sick, you know. Yeah.
Sat there waiting for her to walk in. She's fucking bombing it down the Welsh road.
Anyone got any reason why these two shouldn't be married? Yeah, his breath fucking stinks.
He put a video about me queefing on Instagram.
Did it do well? Not really.
Was it worth it?
No.
Oh, I'm sweating, lad. I'm sweating. I need to fucking take this hoodie off, but I'm not dressed for
Rep the
occasion.
merch. We have merch now. Have we sold any? No. Is it available to be bought? No.
Just made it for ourselves.
Yeah.
Is that lame?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty lame, isn't it?
Yeah. It's sort of like when a child buys himself like Minecraft gear. Do you know what I mean? But unless it's bought as a gift.
Yeah.
You're a gimp, aren't you? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're the one that's bought that you've made that yourself.
There was a lad when I was in fucking school who started designing his own t-shirts, right? I was like, when I heard about it, I was like...
Female body inspector, like I'm friends. Charlie, you're 11 years old.
I used to have cringy t-shirts when I was younger, lad. I had this one, I think it was from Burton or something, and it just had small writing there in a little square. So obviously you had to lean in to read it, and it just said...
Stop looking at man.
Said, bend down and read this while I stare at your boobs. Oh, problematic.
Oh my God.
Do you know when I had the... I thought... Do you know what? I thought it was...
HMV.
No, I did used to buy a lot of shit from there too. I was like 14, 15, and the eye-opener for me that I needed to get rid was I was in New Brighton just walking down the beach, and I saw an old fella sat at a bench wearing the exact same top, and I was like, eee. And then I was like, I'm just as gross as he is. I should not be doing this. Epiphany, lad.
I can't believe you saw an old guy wearing your exact same outfit and judged him.
Yeah. What if it was me from the future? Come back to warn me. Yeah, lad. So this lad started designing his own t-shirts, and I thought, I did judge him. I was like, you fucking gimp. He started getting them like sold in a shop in Liverpool. Yeah, proper shop and everything. Shop's gone bust. That's not the point, is it?
No, that's not the point, though. At least he got there, I guess.
Entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
He's still in fucking school.
It's sort of like when you sell like sweets and chocolate in the school playground. Did you ever do that?
Oh, were you a little tuck shop warrior?
Oh, yeah. My mum would give me like £2 at the start of the day. I'd go spend it on sweets and I'd triple my income by lunchtime.
I never had that entrepreneurial spirit, and I didn't buy off those kids either because I was like, fuck
really?
you, making money off my greed.
Yeah, I used to buy them on me.
Did you?
Yeah, go to Home Bargains on the weekend and get the 6-pack like Lucasade.
They wouldn't last the weekend at ours. I'd work my way through them. I'll show you
you'd
the
have to
rapper, lad.
Late Sunday night, Tesco Express, 10 p.m.
I'd have to get it Monday morning, and there's no
yeah.
way I was getting out of bed that early, lad, so fucking fucked it right off. I feel dishevelled, mate. I'm fucking, life's catching up. Me hair's shite as well, bad hair day. I'm due.
Got it cut yet by the Irish Bull?
Nah, I tried. I turned up and the shop was closed. Couldn't find no number or nothing. Couldn't book an appointment. I've just been fucking. Phil Chapman had me off.
If when you get there, do you reckon like he'll be like stuck in the barber's chair? He'd be like, Liam, I'm stuck. Like, I'm just trying to think of like some sort of barber.
There's a washing machine
porn.
and he's putting a load on.
Yeah. Bit of context: if you're not seeing Phil Chapman's episode, he gets his hair cut by a porn star who recorded an episode with the Mild High Club, who also happens to be a barber. I don't know. I've not met him. I'm sure he's a great guy.
I needed a fresh
but
trim.
Liam's going to go and get his hair cut by him because he heard he's got an 11-inch cock.
Yeah, I want it to hit me in the back of the head while he's shaving it.
Back of the head?
Yeah.
How low down are you?
I don't know the rules. I'm just here to play the game.
What would barbershop porn look like? It's like, I don't have to pay for my haircut. Just like, well, you're going to have to pay for it somehow.
I mean, I don't...
Fake barber.
I'm thinking like... It's gay porn, isn't it?
Huh?
There's no women going to the barbers.
Oh, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, mums.
So what, you cut me 5-year-old son's hair?
And I'll give you
he's
a
bit, he's a bit of a biter, and then he's like, just put your hands over your ears, Harry. And he's that Atlas mum's just getting fucking goose behind him. Yeah. All right, sound.
That's sort of like every sort of like stepsister porn where like the mum's hoovering next to them and somehow can't see them because they're behind that plant. You know what I mean? You're like...
Every now and then they stop and look over.
Yeah. Make sure like they make too much noise, and she turns the Hoover off, and they have to be like mid-frost.
There's too many chores getting done in porno these days, isn't there?
Yeah, it's just not realistic, is it? It's just not realistic. Although to be fair, I won't have sex with Beth until all the chores are done.
Yeah, but that's OCD, lad. That's clinical.
Yeah. I can't do it. Like, if the wardrobe door's ajar, I can't do it. I made her get off the other day to close the bathroom door. We've got an ensuite because we're doing shite, to be honest, and it's a shit new build. But who's asking? But we've got an ensuite door, and sometimes it's open, and I wasn't happy about it.
Why?
I don't know. The monsters.
So it's dark in that room and the door's ajar and your head's going because you're thinking fucking Randall from Monsters Inc. is going to pop his head around the corner.
Randall from Monsters Inc.'s lay under Beth. Look at his eyes, bro. You hear that? You hear the winds of change?
Oh, fucking hell, lad.
God.
I committed a fucking social faux pas at a gig on Friday. So it was like an older crowd. They were like just a generally older crowd. So a dead old fella in the front row with his family, and I just said the line like I had a sad childhood. No one gave a shit that I had a sad childhood, which is fine.
Where was this gig?
Macclesfield. It was in Macclesfield.
It's kind of posh, isn't it?
Is it?
So
I thought Macclesfield was
it's getting there.
Is it?
Like, it's not too bad, yeah.
I just thought it was.
Look at the room you did the gig in. I know which gig you did.
No, it was
like,
dead
let's
nice.
be real.
Yeah, it was actually a dead nice little bar, to be fair, and they were all nice people. So I just said something.
That's not what you were saying before.
That's what makes it. No, they were nice people.
Yeah, but they said that black one.
Not on camera, lad. I've got a job to maintain. No, actually, there was no ethnic minorities in the gig.
Saying that you've got a job to maintain made it feel real then.
Yeah, it wasn't real for the record.
Not on camera, lad. I've got a job to maintain.
Keep all that off the books. Yeah, there was a fella in the front row, dead old and that, and I just turned to him and said, "You're not asked that I had a shit childhood, are you?" And he went, "No." And I went, my knee-jerk reaction, you know, when your mouth moves before your brain thinks it. I went, shut up, you're the cause of many sad childhoods, you fucking nonce. And just like,
You know?
see what I mean?
0 to 100 for no reason.
But with a
You asked him a question. The only funny answer would be no. And then you were like, no, fuck you, knobhead. Like,
My mouth just started moving. I just said it quicker than I thought what I was doing. And this was like line 3. Do you know what I mean? I'd only just started the gig, so they hadn't even got a chance to know me. And I called this nice old man a nonce in front of his family. And then, I started the gig at a deficit and had to work to get them on side, which I did, you know.
Did you?
Boy.
What was his reaction to being called a nonce for no
Do you know
reason?
what, mate? He looked dead sad. He just looked dead sad. He looked dead sad, yeah. I
like you'd found him out. Because I wouldn't look sad. If someone called me a nonce, I'd be like, you dickhead, hey, lads, banter, very funny, haha. If I was a nonce, I'd be like, fuck, how did he know?
Sat next to his fucking grandson as well, lad, the most fucking likely victim. I saw, like, do you know those Take a Break magazines and that? Those shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
my mum used to read them, yeah. Like fucking, I've got 9 kids to 12 different dads. Like,
yeah. I mean, mate, my mum used to read them, and don't get me wrong, I'd have a flick through. People love tragedy, don't they? I was all about that. In the shop, when I was working in the shop, just before I met Rebecca, they had like stacks of them in the canteen, and I was just on my own, on my dinner on my own for a change, and I just picked one up and had a flick through it. What? You know, because I'm dead popular and that, usually there's loads of people and we're having like a laugh and stuff.
You make me feel sad sometimes. Like.
Well, I turned to a story, and it was a story about and this was submitted by the victim. It was a story from a girl about her granddad, and he used to nonce her, and it was fucking harrowing stuff, right? And the story was about how...
she sent that in to Take a Break.
Exactly. And
the magazine of choice for paedophiles. Like, what?
They took artistic liberty with the story because the story was about how she was her granddad would create the illusion with the rest of the family. He was taking her for a Mackey's on the weekend for a Happy Meal, and he'd just drive her to a car park and nonce her. Heavy stuff, yeah. Take a Break.
Why do you always bring the heavy
because
stuff to
Take a Break, the magazine who published it, do you know what they called the story? They called the story.
Not loving it.
They called it, Do You Want Lies With That?
Fuck off. You're lying.
No, I swear to
You're
God.
lying.
I swear down on my mum's life. Do you want lies with that? Yeah. Same magazine, same issue, couple pages later, there was a story about a woman whose brother died at her wedding while singing, right? He had a cardiac arrest and died there at the venue. He was a Meatloaf tribute act, and the headline was like a bat out of hell. It's fucking horrendous, lad.
They just took the piss, didn't they? Like,
yeah. How do we make this tragedy more like palatable? With a shit one-liner as a fucking headline.
That's really funny though, isn't it?
Do you want lies with that? That's what those magazines were, though, weren't they? Like, and what did he get for it, lad?
Yeah, just sort of
like 30 quid.
Yeah, it's sort of like when people send in their embarrassing moments into us, isn't it? And we just take the piss out of them a bit, and then they get nothing for it.
Oh my God, lad, where the fuck, we're like, take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's send us all your fucking horrible shit, and we'll make fun. Yeah, we are. We're scum.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't think we can come up with something quite as good as Do You Want Lies With That? It's impressive. Yeah, fucking hell. My mum used to get those magazines. He always had like the agony corner and stuff like that, where you'd send in your fucking like, oh, me boyfriend's cheating on me with the fucking next door neighbour's pet squirrel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it was fucking
random shit like that. And you're like, why have you told anyone?
Fucking Chippy just
Little
goosing
picture
away.
Yeah, R.I.P. Chippy.
Gone but never forgotten.
Yeah.
How have you been anyway, mate? I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
I've not been good, man. I've had the shits, and it was totally my fault.
Okay, go on. What happened?
In every sense of the word, it was my fault that I had the shits.
I mean, go easy on yourself, lad.
No,
no one deserves it. No one asks for it.
No. Wait till you hear how I got the shits.
All right, go on.
So Beth came home the other day, and yeah, I just started shitting everywhere. No, she came home the other day and she'd bought some like multivitamin gummies, and it said 1 a day on them, but they tasted too nice, and I had all of them.
You fucking absolute.
I didn't have all of them. I had like 20 of them because they were just like.
They had Were they the jelly baby ones? And you were just
They
loaded
were like,
to a
do
pulse?
you know them red and black sweets that are like the almost look like a cloud type thing, like the little gummy?
Were they Fruities? Oh no, they're lozenges. But
No, they were like just like red and black, like strawberry and type sweets. Yeah.
you were like, hey, these are banging.
Yeah, they were really nice.
You got any sweets in the house? No, these will do.
And I shit myself.
Fuck me, lad.
Yeah.
Do you know what as well? It probably wasn't the vitamins. It's probably the gelatin. You probably would have shit yourself if you ate any like sweets like that. Repeatedly.
No, I do a bag of Haribo a day.
You eat a fucking lot of sweets. Your diet is so much worse than mine, and it's not fair.
No. Yeah, it is weird. Like, we should talk about that because like, I feel like you're just maintaining.
Genuinely, yeah.
Like, because you don't eat that badly at all.
Maybe I'm just blocking it out. Because I do eat.
Are you just not being honest with yourself?
I'm
You're a
not.
take a break fucking story waiting to happen.
I've been lying this whole time, lad. I've been eating Lindor regularly and quietly. I just eat like meal wise.
It's how someone from Birmingham says the word Linda. That
Lindor.
I've been eating Lindor. Such a shite joke.
You said it with pride, lad. I respect you for that. Yeah, I eat fairly healthy, but then I just fucking, I don't know. I think I just have little moments where I just fucking get free kettle crisps off Have a Word next door and smash the bag in one sitting. I just don't know what's going on because I don't eat like sugary stuff that much. I've never been one for like
carbs. It's carbs your problem.
That's my problem, I think. Yeah,
you do seem like a 4 slices of bread with tea sort of man.
if I was a porn star, my porn star name would be carb loading. That's exactly what they'd call me, lad.
Why would they do that?
Because I load up carbs.
Why do you have to have a porn star name though?
Why would
Why can't you just be the Tough Meister?
Nah, carb loading. It just sounds cooler, doesn't it? Sounds like a racing car.
Does it?
No.
No, it doesn't. So yeah, had the shits. What would my porn star name be? Fucking Vitamin D. Just like all the, the vitamin sweets. Tough crowd. Anyway,
I've been conned recently.
Okay.
I've been conned, lad.
That's not like you.
Rebecca. I know I said I wouldn't bring her up, but fucking... So, Rebecca's lost a shit ton of weight lately. And she's smashing it, yeah. But
I've seen the pictures, yeah.
The problem is that... I'm just going to ignore that comment. The problem is that her engagement ring doesn't fit her anymore. She's literally gone down like fucking...
It's like her fingers are going like, we don't need him anymore. You're 4 stone lighter and now, girl. You can do better. And I don't believe she can. I believe you're a great guy.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Ish. But yeah, it's as if her fingers are just going like, yeah, when you were bigger, you were Liam's vibe. Not anymore. Not anymore. Now you can get big things.
No, I think it's her bod. I think she's still keen on me, lad. She just wants to rinse me because now that the engagement ring doesn't fit anymore, we took it to get resized, and they were like, it's impossible to go down 3 sizes.
You've lost 11 stone, girl.
Literally, they were like, it's too thin, it'd break, it's impossible. We can send it off and see if they can, like, basically Frankenstein's monster, this ring.
What's that mean?
It's called a reshanking, which sounds aggressive, but they like...
It's very Anfield.
Yeah, it is, to be fair. They cut the band and they like rebuild the ring, but it's like a new ring, and they were saying they have to put all these extra prongs on it. It's quoted at like fucking 300 quid. I bought the ring when I was working in retail. The ring was dirt cheap for an engagement ring, and they wanted me to pay. Well, I'm sure I paid. I'm sure street value. It was street value. It was 220. Yeah.
220 quid.
Yeah.
That's not that much.
But man,
they reckon you should spend like 2 months' salary or something, don't they? I mean,
that was 2 months' salary back then. I was working in retail, lad.
But no, they do think that you should spend like 2 months' salary on a wing, on a ring.
Yeah,
but that's just not feasible.
It's insane.
If you're on like 20 grand a year, what, 3 grand on a wing? Why do I keep saying on a wing?
There's
on a ring?
people out there who think it's... you're having difficulty with that word, aren't you?
Yeah, it's my body rejecting marriage. But like, how do you have $3,000 to piss away when you're on 20 grand a year?
I know, mate.
That's not realistic at all.
It proves nothing.
And there'll be women out there going, well, you can't afford to get married then. It's like, what why?
No, I can't. So why are you pressuring me into spending all my wages on a bastard ring? No, Rebecca was cool about that. The mistake
I would hope so, yeah, because it's just not realistic at all. I don't get it. And it's like, if you earn 50 grand a year, what's that a month? Like $4,000, $3,000 a month. So you have $6,000 on a ring if you're on 50. How have you got $6,000?
It's insane, lad. I really do think it's insane.
That's fucking outrageous.
Why would you want that? Would you want $6,000 on your finger? I can't trust myself, lad. I can't trust myself not to spill me dinner on this top. Like I'm not keeping a ring in good condition. I'm nervous about wearing jewelry. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't be.
I never really wear it. I've got a Casio watch. Hey, a guy fucking heckled me the other day. Proper egg at Feel Good, done me head in. Like I just made a joke, and then I ended up tapping the mic on my watch just like for a bit of effect or something. I don't really know. And the guy goes, "Oh, I had a Casio when my dad was on the dole." So, what? I was like, "Joke's on you. I don't know my dad." So ha.
Cried into the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, what a knobhead.
Yeah. I hit the fucking mic off it. I'm not wearing a Rolex, am I, you fucking idiot? Like, £19, but it's all right. It shakes a lot.
It's better than my one.
Sounds long.
Sparkly in that.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? I've only had it a week. No,
yeah, the ring shit anyway. I spent.
I got distracted.
I spent 220 quid on this ring when I first proposed to her, but fucking man loves a deal, doesn't he? Man got cash back. I got I saved like 50 quid on the ring, so it cost me like 170 instead of 220. What's happening to my voice?
You realise that if you sell this into the mic, Beck's going to know that you're cheaping out on a ring.
That was my body trying to save me the way yours was trying to save you before. No, I made the mistake of being buzzing off the cashback, so not long after proposing to her.
It's like when you when you go to Curry's, if you buy a TV, you get like a free microwave.
Yeah.
The only reason you're getting married is because you got a free BMX with every purchase.
Would I pay 220 quid? 170? Bargain. I made the mistake.
And a year's Sky Plus.
When I gave it to her, she was like, oh my God, because we were skint at the time. She was like, oh my God, how did you pay for that? How much was that? And I told her, but then I was buzzing off the cash back. I was like, don't worry, love, I got cash back. And I'll tell you now, telling your brand new fiance on the day you proposed to her that you got cash back on the engagement ring is a vibe killer.
Is it?
Yeah.
No way.
She's not like
Thanks for letting me know, because I would have done that.
She lulls me into a false sense of security because she's not materialistic. She's always been dead sound. We when we met, we had nothing, lad. We were fucking skint.
As opposed to now, living with my mum and dad.
Well, in fact, because of that, we're not.
No, you have stuff. Wearing Gucci slides into her mum's fucking back bedroom.
With a fucking spread negativity hoodie on.
Yeah. I always love when you see that, where you see like some fucking cretin that still sees his mum getting around in an Aldi A3 or something.
Yeah.
You're just like, come on, lad.
When I was growing up, the shittest houses, like of mates and stuff, the shittest houses always had the biggest tellies. It was mental. But do you know what I think that is?
I do think that's sort of a given though, almost as well, because like the people that don't have much money. I mean, at least me growing up, we always had a big telly because that's all we had. Do you know what I mean?
We didn't even have that. So I out working class you. So what are you going to say about that, lad?
I don't think that. Sure, you want to pull that thread?
No, I don't want to pull that thread. But no, I agree. I think you are right. I did see some sort of documentary about, like, do you know when they used to, like, they went through that phase of, like, the Jeremy Kyle era of TV where it was like, let's laugh at poor people with troubles, like they had Benefits Britain and shit.
Fucking loved it.
Shit shows. Like, yeah, it was great TV. No,
fucking class.
There was this.
Did you ever see the one where the guy comes out and he like says something and like mimics the guy's like, that's so funny.
I knew I was growing up as a person when it started winding me up, Jeremy Kyle. Like it, but
he's a prick, isn't he?
But there was a time when I fucking loved it, lad. I loved it.
Yeah.
Even like as an adult, I'd sometimes fall down the rabbit hole of the YouTube videos, just clips of Jeremy Kyle. They're gone now. They've erased it off the internet.
Not if you know where to look. Me and Beth quote one all the time. There's a guy on it, and essentially it's mad. Like the story, I almost think it's made up because he was a proper pleb, and he was addicted to smoking weed, and his girlfriend was actually really good looking. and he was convinced that she'd cheated on him. But his like reasoning was outrageous. Like, so he goes, so she came home and like my girl, like she smelled of sex, like. He's like, and Jeremy's like, pardon? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what do you mean she smelled of sex? He goes, yeah, it's like she smelled of sex, and like my boy's like sleeping in the bed with us. And he's like, he can't understand why he's sleeping in the bed. He's like, we just like fell asleep, like we were on the bed like watching the TV and that, and he's like, we just like he's just the boy's at the end of the bed, right?
Like the dog curled up.
Yeah, and he's going, and my girl's doing all this. Like, so in his head, she's like wanking him off with her foot. Do you know what I mean? And she basically said that like, actually she was just getting comfy. He's read too much into it. Long story short,
he's asleep on her side of the fucking bed. Yeah. She's trying to nudge the cunt over.
Yeah. And she didn't cheat, and the guy's just paranoid and stuff. Like, we're laughing, but the guy was clearly he was struggling with his fucking mental health or something, and Jeremy was just such a prick with him. Do you know what I mean? Like, proper took the piss out of it. No, but like, I'm laughing at the way he speaks because it's just funny, isn't it? Like, I think the way H speaks is fucking hilarious. Yeah. Like, I've got a video up to show Beth the other day. He came out at Reading and Leeds and he just goes, "Are you Reading?"
Oi.
Hey, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, when you see some people come out on stage, like, fucking make some fucking noise, you're like, he just walks out too cool, like, "Are you ready?" Why do people speak in such a fucking...
It is cool. I'd swoon over that.
Would you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find it so fucking jarring the way some people speak. I think it's so funny though. I love it. Like, have you ever seen like Chunks and Philly speak?
No.
Like part of the Sidemen. Well, they're not part of the Sidemen, but they're like YouTubers that are like sort of with that group, and yeah, I just find that funny. Like, I was watching a video the other day. Do you know what? I hope people have seen these videos that I'm referencing, because if they've not, it's really fucking dull. But do you watch Love Island at all?
No.
Have you ever watched a season of it?
Yeah,
or seen clips or anything?
It's one of those workplace conversation starters, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I was like in a department at the time, in an office where everyone would talk about it. So I was like, all right, next season, we're gonna give it a go. And I convinced Beck on the sly. I was like, we won't tell any of our mates, right? And we'll give it a go. Yeah. We start watching it and we fucking get right into it. But then when I realised it was the Jeremy Kyle, like when this girl was crying her eyes out because some fella had upset her because he fancied someone else more than he fancied her.
Yeah, it makes me sad.
But I was like loving it. And
You're
I was
I hate
loving
that,
the drama. And then I had the wake-up call. I was like, I'm being a dickhead here.
Yeah.
I don't like what this is doing to me.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was boring all week until this happened. And I started loving it.
And then as soon as like this girl's heart was broken, you were like,
yeah, so
my girl's doing all this. That's the bit me and Beth quote all the time.
Because she's got your fucking 28-year-old mates asleep at the bottom of the bed, and she wants the dickhead to move over.
The reason I bring up Love Island is there was a guy on that a couple of years ago called Jordan, and he was just a bit of a, like, I don't know what he's like now, maybe he's sound, but on Love Island he was a bit of a gobshite, and he did a couple of videos with like Chunks and Philly. Yeah.
That's the season I watched.
Yeah, and it was a video after we did Love Island. He was like filming a video of the Sidemen or Chunks and Philly or whatever, and he does like this fucking dating thing, and then they ask the girl at the end who their opinion on each individual lad was, and he goes, "Oh, what do you think of Jordan?" And she goes, "Who's Jordan again?" And she's like this Jamaican girl, "Who's Jordan again?" And Chunks and Philly just die fucking laughing, and they're like, "Oh!" Like, that was a violation. And they just start fucking taking the piss out of him, and then it all calms down, and Chunks just goes, "Who's Jordan again?" The guy's like in tears. It's so fucking funny, man. Like, you'll just see it randomly commented in like TikTok videos. Like, I'm waffling now because you've not seen it, and it's a definitely you had to be there moment. But it fucking like makes me crease. It's so funny, man. I'll show you the video. Like, it's so funny.
Okay, like, just to sort of just prove how fucking terrible I was with the ladies when I was younger. One of the few girls
who's Liam again?
That was the catchphrase, lad. One of the few girls who I got off with in school actually went on Jeremy Kyle in adulthood.
Amazing.
Yeah. I don't even remember the story because I was that gobsmacked that it was her. I'm like, is that her? Oh my God, that's her. And I'm like messaging people. Everyone was watching it like, hey, did you know that? I can't say her name. It was on Jeremy Kyle. It was my claim to fame for
You
a
were the
while.
cunt at the end of the bed, weren't you? Do you know why she smelled of sex, by the way? She had a sweaty fanny from riding her bike. That is genuinely like what was on the episode. Yeah, she was saying like I just finished riding. I'd rode my bike home from work. So like they had sex straight away when she got home.
Turns out the smell of sex is just the smell of fanny, mate.
Fucking loons, mate.
Oh my
Absolute
God, that
loons.
makes it so much better though. Because I imagine she's dead normal, just matter of factly explaining these things.
I imagine that he's just gone to go down and gone,
My
you cheated on me. No, I've just been on my BMX. You know what I mean? My easy rider. That was a nickname after she cheated on me.
The classic
TV shows.
The classic one though was fucking that fella with the tattoos. Do you remember it? This fella, face tattoos, like he had like a skull on his face, and he comes out. I think that the reason he was on the show was I think family were trying to interfere. You know, like he's going off the rails. We need you to help him, Jeremy, be our savior. They bring him on the show, and as he walks in, he's like that proper like giving it the big in, and everyone's kind of like everyone's just clapping as he walks in or whatever. And Jeremy's looking at him disappointed, and he sits down and he goes, "Why on earth have you done that to yourself?" And the fella just goes, "That's why they call me Mad Dog." That's his only defense.
Hang on, that's why they call him Mad Dog. So like he got them, and then they went, "Hey, you're a bit of a mad dog."
Yeah, he was just Steve before the tattoos, lad. That's why they call me Mad Dog. Why do you fucking?
I fucking love TV shows. I've been watching iCarly recently. Like just reruns of iCarly, and I didn't realise how terrible they all were.
Like I aged out of that, but my brother, there's a big age difference. My brother's around your age, so it was on TV in the house when I was younger.
Oh, no, we're doing on your stag.
Really
Fucking Drake and Josh Goes Hollywood on repeat.
No, I was into Drake and Josh. iCarly was like kind of like next generation. Fucking loved it, mate. Drake's a weirdo now. Yeah, I'm sure he's a nonce. Yeah. Why am I always bringing up the nonces?
Yeah, you know, handsome recognises handsome, doesn't it? So
yeah. I think he might be racist too.
Yeah, again. What's up, guys? The podcast is growing and we're dead happy, but we need your help.
What we need is for you to start sending us in your most embarrassing moments, the worst things that you've ever done to yourself or someone else, and most importantly, what you want to get off your chest.
So email us in at spreadnegativitypod@gmail.com, and if it's not shit, we'll read it out in a future episode. But I've got faith in you. It'll be fine. Pause it here. Go and send us something in, and then we'll read it out. Do it.
And as always, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, give us 5-star ratings on all the platforms that'll let you do it. It just means that more people will find us, and it's a big, big help.
Like we said, the podcast is growing quicker than we expected, and we're buzzing with the support. We really are, but we want to grow bigger. If you can, please keep telling your friends about us. Drop the link to the episode into your group chats and help us spread more negativity. You're the greatest. We love you. Let's get back to the episode.
How many beeps did you need then, lad? How many did you need then? Like 25 fucking beeps for a timer. I put mine on and had to sit and wait for yours to
reset it. It's just fucking been 4 minutes.
Yeah, I was going, what the fuck's he doing? Have you not put the clocks forward or something and you were making the adjustments now on my time? So I started fuck you, lad.
Every time you make a shit joke, I'll just be like, into the mic.
I started telling a story when we had Rob Thomas on the podcast a few episodes ago, and it just got lost in the ether. I started telling it, and then we just moved on to something else.
Really?
But
on Rob's episodes? That's crazy.
Cut that.
Yeah, he's too big, isn't he?
He'll fill us in. No, it was so our cat has started killing shit now. It's like a phase that cats go through, innit? It's like the teenage phase. They just mate, they are vicious killers. They play with shit. A mouse with its guts hanging out, and they'll be like, like it's a fucking bouncy ball. It's grim.
We've seen cats as well, and Beth was like, should we get a cat? And I said I'd be more likely to get a cat than a dog because they're less like hassle. Like, you don't have to do anything with them
for themselves.
But like, I don't know if I want that now.
It's the most fucked up part.
Yeah,
it's sadly, you know, the other day one came in alive and shit. Like,
a mouse,
a rat.
A rat.
And when I say alive, I mean it may as well have been dead, but it was still breathing.
Yeah, all right, Beck. You're back early. I got cash back on the engagement ring.
So the other day, like I'm working and I hear Rebecca's mum kind of like screaming, like, you know, it's like kind of like a panic noise.
You're like, that's normal.
Well, when we're left in the house alone, it is. That was grim. That was grim.
My girl's doing all this.
And anyway, I ignore it because I'm busy at work. I just ignore it. I couldn't like break away. Finish me shift.
Great biscuits, them.
They are actually, to be fair.
All right,
They're still going. So I go to I finish my shift and I go outside and she's like, Did you hear the commotion before? And I was like, yeah. Why? What's going on? She went, the cat's brought a bird in, but it was alive.
Legend.
And
cat's bringing birds back.
and she was like, I didn't know what to do with it, so I've just left it outside in the back, like, and kept the cat in and just put it, but it couldn't fly off. It just like jumped and went over a thing. So Rebecca comes home, as I'm being told this. Rebecca rescues it, mate. This bird was fucking massive.
I thought it was a rat.
No, this is a bird. They brought.
Right.
She's bringing all sorts back, but this bird was fucking massive. And Rebecca is like the nature queen. She if a bumblebee is like fucking wriggling around on the floor, dying, she'll give it sugar water and that. She likes to rescue.
Like a hero and that. Yeah.
Whereas I'm just a scumbag. I'll just be like, pick the wrong day of the year, mate. Should have stayed in. And this, I love animals, I do, but I hate responsibility. So I can't be asked. And there's like, what the fuck are we gonna do with this bird? It can't fly.
You and Bet gonna have kids at any point?
I don't. That's something I worry about. That's it, because that is I just don't want to look after anything else other than me and Rebecca, of course, but mainly for my interest. So I mean, if she's looked after, then I'm happy.
Of course, yeah.
So
real hero.
Rebecca gets this bird and puts it like she gets it water, gets it food, and puts it in like this big plastic box and leaves the top ajar so it's got air. And she's like, we'll check on it and, you know, see whether it's okay to fly off and stuff. That night it just kind of like stood on the spot like it was fucking traumatized. It had just been fucked up by a cat. Its wings all fucked, and it was just like stood there like it was traumatized. The next day it was all hoppy and shit moving about, so we were like, maybe it'll fly off.
Give it a line.
I mean, it is Anfield, lad. She just there. So we
pint of beer, sat on beak.
Why did I love that so much?
I'm so annoyed at it saying, did you give it some beak in the first place? That's so annoying. Oh, it was such an open goal as well.
Lad, you took the shot. You just missed the pen, that's all.
So annoying.
So the bird's more energetic, it's bouncing about, but it still won't fly. So Rebecca's like, you're going to have to keep an eye on it today. I've got to go to work. I'm just shafted with the responsibility of this bird. It's upstairs in the bedroom. I'm working downstairs, and it's
not a full-time job. What do you mean the responsibility of the bird?
It's a live animal. I don't. She's left the lid off it so it can have oxygen. I don't want this bird shitting all over me stuff. All our stuff is in that room. We live in someone else's house. I didn't want a bird to shit everywhere. So she calls me. She's like, "How's the bird doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm working." She's like, "Can you go check on the bird?" And I go in the room.
Have you named the bird at this point?
Mate, the bird is gone. I go in the room, the bird's gone, and I'm like, babe, this bird's fucked off here. I don't know where it is. The window was open, and I'm like, the bird's gone, and she's like, but it couldn't fly, it couldn't have gone. I'm like, exactly like, you know, the window's open. This bird must have fucked off.
How wide's the window open? Because like I had a fly today that couldn't find its way out.
Wide, like as wide as it can go. Okay. It could have got, if it's flying and shit, it could have got out there. And it had previously in the morning hopped onto something.
Did you not hear it flying about the gaff?
So I'm looking for it everywhere just to be on the safe side. And Rebecca's like, it can't have flown out. I'm like, the window's open, it's flown out. And she's like, just please, just try and look behind everything for it. I have a quick look behind, I can't see anything. But I think I'll just sit in the room for a bit, and I'll just sit in the quiet, because a bird's going to make noise. I'll listen out for this bird. So I'm sat on the bed.
No, you wanted a rest.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be working.
You moved the wardrobe. You wanted a rest, and I'm here for it.
So I was on my break at work.
Okay.
And I was sat like just listening out for this bird. I start getting really bored. I can't sit still. So I think, I'll have a wank.
What?
Yeah, that's where my brain went. I just thought I'll have a wank.
Thinking of the blue tip.
So I decided to have a wank.
God, you're fucking so odd.
I started watching some
There's potentially a bird. What bird was it? Like a pigeon?
I was like a blackbird, like a big fucking...
An eagle?
An ebony. It was a big... I think I know it's a weird. I realize in retrospect how weird it is, but it's just where I went to in my brain. I'll have a wank, and then I was like, I was watching something on my phone, and
BBW, big bloody wings.
Because it wasn't on. Because it was on silent. Because my phone was on silent. I like the noise and that in porn. It wasn't doing it for me. So this is my logic, lad. I was sat in the room to listen out.
You
for
like
a
the
bird.
noise in porn?
I like the noises.
Let's come back to that later.
So I put my headphones in. Right? Which just defeats the object of
you're
what I
trying
was
to hear
doing.
the bird.
I don't know what the fuck was going through me. At that point, I've got a stiffy. I'm steaming.
I could never wank with headphones in. Just
Are you messing?
I'm too scared of what might happen.
No, I had headphones in, lad.
Oh, no.
One ear out, though. That's the key, innit? But I'm still...
Like you're walking down the street in a bad neighbourhood.
Yeah, exactly. Always want it. You never know what's going on. And also, I am supposed to be listening out for a bit. But the bird's gone out my head now at this point. I'm just having
I would
a wank.
hope so.
Just having a wank. And then I hear like... so I'm wanking, I'm getting closer and stuff. And I hear like a flapping. And I'm like, shit myself. And I hear it.
And then you started flapping.
I started flapping. I heard it knocking against something. And I just thought, that sounds like the window. So it must have jumped out the window, landed on the ledge outside, and it's like trying to get back in, and it's hitting the window.
Do you not look at the window?
I'm close, lad. And I'm like, I'm going to jizz.
Did you jizz on a bird?
I'm like, I'm going to jizz in a minute. I'll leave that for now. I'll leave it for now. I wasn't thinking straight. It's only in retrospect. But I'm like, I'll leave that for now. So I'm getting close. And then the flapping gets louder, lad. And the flapping gets louder, and then I decide to look.
Imagine that's your kink. The more the bird's in distress, the more you're like, keep going.
Bear in mind, this bird's just been fucked up by a cat as well, like, and I'm getting closer and ignoring the flapping, but then the flapping gets louder, and I turn, and the bird is just, it never left the room. The bird's on a unit staring at me wanking. And I look this bird in the eye and I stop and I panic. And then I have to like fucking put the bird back in the box, lad. And the bird just like ate and drank nothing for a day and died. And I genuinely think
it's fucking
this poor majestic.
Tame
the skies, lad. This bird could fly. And the last thing it saw, the last like day of its life, it saw me wank. It was in the room watching me.
That's a crime.
I feel bad. I'm not proud of it. And when I found it dead, it was dead sad because Rebecca was like, check on the bird. And I walked in and it was just like, I feel so bad about it. Yeah, I wanked in front of a bird.
That's like, I'm barely reacting, but I've got tears in my eyes. That's so fucking horrible. It's made me feel a bit sad almost.
I made a bunch
I'm not crying because it's sad, but I'm crying because of how fucking ridiculous it all is.
I made a bunch of bad decisions. Like.
Did you see the bird and then come?
I didn't come until after I put the bird back in my box. It's a finish, lad. I'm not a fucking animal.
No, but the bird is, and you subjected it to. Oh God, I can't imagine that's a pretty sight either.
I was relieved when the story did get like kind of blown over at the pod because it happened that day. So the Rob Thomas episode, it happened that day. And it came up a point where I could say it, but I'm thinking, do I tell this story? It's a bit dodgy. I wanked in front of a bird, and I was so relieved it didn't.
All right, Louis C.K.
Oh, fucking hell, I feel bad now.
You're not even talking into the mic.
So, yeah, I feel bad. I just feel bad.
Oh, fucking hell. Luckily for you, you don't have a career we can cancel.
Yeah, well, I have a job which I was on my break for. I wanked on my break. That's weird, isn't it? Why have it?
No, that's
I
not.
work from home. It's not as if I'm in the
It's not like
office.
you're in the. Yeah, Carol. Fucking hell, that's absolutely horrible. I've got some submissions. Let's
Let's
just
do
move
some
on.
features, lad. I need a palate cleanser.
See if you've got any questions, Sony. Fucking hell. Have you got anything?
Yeah, I did see something coming in the inbox and I snatched it. It's mad, isn't it? When
I didn't see something come in.
well, that's it. You've got to like so
I've seen one come in, and that's the one I've got. Have we got the same one?
I feel guilty because I saw that one come in as
I'm
well.
still laughing at you.
I
Wanking in front of a bird.
I think the one you got, I saw, yeah, but I was selfish and I thought, I want to be surprised by this on the podcast.
Right.
I'm not going to look at it. But then another one came in and I thought, I'll fucking take a hit. So, do you want me to go first? Mine's only a little one, actually.
No, I'm going first because I've got it open. And
All
you
right, so
haven't. And continuity is king.
Yeah, just a shot, just switches laptops. Go on.
Okay, right. So Faye Whitaker says she sent in off the chest.
Is she allowed to be named?
Yeah,
You just executive decision.
because she's not here to stop me. No, I think it's sound. So she goes, "Hi, this has haunted me daily for nearly 3 years now, so what a great time to spill the beans and get it off my chest. Recently, my pet bird went missing, and turns out someone wanked at us."
No wonder it was so trusting.
Yeah, because it was a pet bird. Yeah. I wonder do I look clean?
Oh, I feel dead guilty, lad. Sorry.
That's fine.
Don't let me bask in this feeling. I actually feel dead guilty. It was like one of the last things it ever saw. Ever.
I mean, I think I'd kill myself if I watched you wank. So
It
it'd
didn't-
be the one of the last things I saw too.
I don't think it didn't kill itself, but it definitely willed itself to die. Do you know what I mean? There was no utensils it could use, but it just it was like, I'm not drinking.
How much can birds see though? Does it know that you like? You know what I
Are
mean?
you giving me an out? Yeah,
No.
it must not have seen it then. It was. It mustn't have seen it.
No, but I
lad.
mean in general, like it won't know. It will have seen it, but it won't know what you're doing.
It was the distance between me and you. You're the bird.
But it won't know what
And I'm
you
on
were
me.
doing though. It can see it. It won't know what you're doing.
So you going to eat that big worm all himself? Just wants to go.
Big,
For a worm.
tiny for a cock.
Oh, lad. I'm sick
Fucking
of
hell, He's
sick of
choked
confessing
it to
shit.
death. He's choked the worm to death. Right. So Faye Whitaker says, "This has haunted me daily for nearly 3 years now, so what a great time to spill the beans and get it off my chest. I work as cabin crew, and the most awkward exchange with a passenger I had the most awkward exchange with a passenger imaginable. I was boarding, stood at the door directing passengers. I got on, a lady got on who had dwarfism. She was so lovely, beaming smile, seemed dead jolly, could tell she was just a dead sound person and was travelling on her own, so I instantly was just dead fond of her. Told her which way to go, and then she turned round and and said, 'I'm just checking this is an extra legroom seat, isn't it?' Now, she said it with a proper cheesy grin, so I just took it as her taking the piss out of herself, because why would a dwarf need extra legroom seats? Little person, Faye. Have some fucking holiday decorum."
What is that? What is politically correct now?
Little person.
Okay.
Which I think is worse.
I think that's because it's called dwarfism,
Yeah.
but is it not anymore?
Little personism.
All I know is Kyle Legacy said he shagged a midget, and I was thinking you shouldn't be calling her that, Kyle.
So I think it should be funny.
That's not the worst thing he did to her. So.
Do you want to know something funny? I was meant to have a roast battle with Kyle Legacy, so I already knew that story. And then he went back to Australia just because he was so worried about what I might say. No, he went to Australia for a few months, so we never ended up having it. But one of my roast jokes was Kyle recently had sex with a midget, and I get it because they're a lot easier to hold down.
Fucking hell.
Calling Kyle one of those Louis
Louis C.K.'s.
yeah. Allegedly. Anyway, so Faye, where are we up to? Right, so she wants an extra leg room seat, and Faye's wondering why she could possibly need it, so she starts laughing. At the top of my lungs, burst out laughing, put my hand on her shoulder thinking we were having banter, and was like, oh, yeah, they are extra leg room seats, ha ha ha. She goes, no, it was a genuine question. My knees don't bend because the seats are too deep, so I have to keep them out straight and need extra leg room, or they don't fit behind the seat in front. So this woman, this little person has got on the plane and just asked for,
just a normal customer service based question.
Yeah, and Faye's gone, hey,
I'm on to it, girl, yeah.
And then she's gone,
they're all extra leg room on this flight.
For you anyway, lol. And then the girl's gone, no, what's fucking funny?
My knees don't fucking work.
Yeah.
And my head's fucking massive. I couldn't resist. I'm so sorry.
That's staying in.
I know that's why I'm making the apologies to the camera. I'm not ableist. I just couldn't resist, and it came out because I knew it'd get this reaction from me.
Your brain then was like Chandler Bing, like, and he's like, big head. And he's like, seeing that.
I feel like the bald nonce. I'm going to lose my job. That's all I'm thinking.
Faye's gone to say apparently her face turned from buzzing to completely crushed within a second, and she genuinely wanted to die. The man waiting to board stood behind her, lost his shit, which made her nervous laugh. So I want to know whether he lost his shit laughing or lost his shit going, you can't say that, do you know what I mean? I want more context on that. Faye, laughing. If you're listening, drop me a message. Email, because I don't want to be Louis C.K.
That is proper like Karen behaviour though, innit? Fuming.
Did he lose his shit going fucking, you can't say that about her. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then apparently she spent the next 11 hours. Imagine you were saying that though, sorry, imagine you were going, you can't speak to her like that. Who the fuck do you think you are? And you're just going, like nervously laughing in the face. She spent the next 11 hours apologising every time she went past her with the bar car. And she just stuck her head. She just shook her head at her every single time. So she said that she's mortified and now scared to speak to dwarfs, brackets, but not Adam Staunton. She sent this in after Adam's episode, which was annoyingly like fucking 6 weeks earlier because this is going to go out late in September, early September, even middle of September, sometime like that. But Adam is very small. If you couldn't get that.
Lad, do you know the worst part about that story? I think the absolute worst part. The flight was long haul.
Yeah.
It's not as if she was just going to fucking...
Every journey's long haul if you're a driver. You're not getting anywhere fast, are you?
I'm biting my tongue too much here, lad. Oh, this is where I'm having a fucking day job. I'm literally biting my tongue. Oh, fuck me, lad. I'm cringing for you, Faye. I've got one.
You got one as well?
I've
Lovely
got one,
stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck me. I keep sending them in though while Liam gets set up. Do keep sending them in. We want to find out about all your embarrassing moments and all your off your chest and stuff. We've had a few sent in and they've all been fucking great. We made like a little there's been the odd one that we've not read out because it was just a bit too fucking heavy. But yeah, we have had some really fucking funny ones like that one and like the guy that wanted to lick shit off his did lick shit off his
like that wasn't too heavy.
Yeah. So imagine what the other ones were. But yeah, keep sending them in. spreadnegativitypod@gmail.com, but you already know all of that.
This one's in the same department as the shit. So it just basically, I don't want to give away the category, but the email just starts. All right, lads. I was listening to an old episode where Liam described using the Alabama wet wipe method to clean his precious little arsehole. Do you remember that?
I don't even remember that.
And it knocked me sick.
So what's the Alabama? Jog my memory because the fucking...
I know, it was. This is old. This is like early podcast. It's
what 20 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
What in the? Oh, it's vintage spread negativity.
Yeah, this is fucking. This is a classic. Okay. No, it's just sometimes if I'm in a public toilet, I like to wipe my bum with wet wipes, and if I don't have a wet wipe, and I'm desperate, I'll use
spit on the
paper, the Alabama wet wipe.
Yeah.
Arguably disgusting. I stand by my choices. Don't knock it till you've tried it. So, I was listening to an old episode where Liam described using the Alabama wet wipe method to clean his precious little arsehole. That was like a nice little treat.
Why has someone called it a precious little arsehole?
No idea, but I like it. And it knocked me sick.
That would be great for merch. We've been trying to think of little quotes. So rest in peace, Chippy. That would be a good one. But precious little arsehole would be fucking amazing.
I have a precious little arsehole. You are a precious little arsehole. So it's a fucking... It's the brand.
That'd be fucking great. We might start coming up with some stuff. I don't know if anyone wants to buy them, but let us know.
I'm still fighting for the Marmite logo with spread negativity written on it. I'm going to bring up Marmite every episode. It's happening. That's what you get for putting it on the table.
Tell the story.
Right. So I was listening to an old episode that Liam described.
Every time.
I do because I keep stopping. I was listening to an old episode where Liam described using the Alabama wet wipe method to clean his precious little arsehole, and it knocked me sick. But then I realised that not everybody in the world has the same luxuries in life that I do. At my work, we have a bathroom that has a toilet and sink together behind a lockable door. Now, I'd like to think that all toilet doors are fucking lockable, but there we go. After a particularly messy shit, I must admit, I have treated myself to a soap down and rinse of the batty crease in said sink. Now, it might be worth mentioning that this sink is shared with 5 other engineers.
I mean, he's just proving that he's an engineer, isn't he?
To be fair, it is clever.
Only an engineer can look at a toilet, a sink, and be like, ah.
So I think that that's worse than what I'm doing personally. Because it's my spit and my asshole. Like this sink, they're washing their hands in it. And he's using that sink to clean his ass. You don't think that's bad?
No, I think it's fine.
Are you fucking messing?
I think it's fine. I do. Because no one knows. And I just think if no one knows, do you know how fucking disgusting everything in the world is? Do you know how many people on the planet wipe their ass with toilet paper? Their finger pierces the toilet paper. Their finger goes around their arsehole and then they don't wash their hands and then they go and get on the bus. Do you know how many people do that?
Oh, lad.
Do you know how many people are disgusting?
That happens to me every single day of the week, but I wash my hands and I never considered that there's people who... Oh, lad.
He's just washing his ass in a sink.
I hate it when you do this because I hate it when you talk sense and you make me agree with you because I hate you. And I hate it when you're right.
Genius.
But you're also making me think about things I've never considered, and now I'm freaking the fuck out.
You've never considered that the bus might be a bit of grubby?
A bit grubby is a far cry away from finger bang dry assholes that haven't been like what? That's disgusting. I've never thought about
exclusively knuckle most buttons.
Do you?
Like, just fucking...
I'm an elbow of me.
Yeah.
But that's just because of the pandemic. I never thought about this shit before. That was just like fucking ingrained into me when I was a little COVID nonce. Lad, that's disgusting. I don't even want to carry on reading this now.
Oh, is it not done?
No, it's just, it basically says, to be fair, you'll back this. It said, this might classify as a worst thing I've ever done, but I can assure you I have no remorse for my actions, and if anything, it fills me with pride.
I don't think you can call it the worst thing he's ever done if he does it daily.
Touche.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, the worst thing you've ever done was, like, kill someone. But if you're a serial killer,
wiping your ass
the worst
in a
thing
communal...
you've ever done is be a serial killer.
How would that feel if you were wiping your shitty ass in the sink every day?
I piss in the sink.
No, you don't, lad.
I piss in the sink. In the bathroom sink when I'm brushing my teeth.
No,
2 birds, 1 stone.
No, you don't.
I'm genuinely...
No.
I'm not lying.
No.
I'm not fucking
You're
lying.
too much of a clean freak for that.
You don't fucking know me. I piss in the sink.
Welcome to the Spread Negativity podcast where I wank in front of birds and he pisses in the fucking sink. Only one of us can be grim an episode, alright, lad? Not both of us.
I'm not lying, though. I piss in the sink.
Why?
And sometimes, because we've got the ensuite, if I have a wank, I'll just, like, hold the puddle within my little, like, thing. I mean, it's a bigger hole. I'll just hold the puddle and then I'll just go and, like, clean it in the sink.
Hold on, what you come on?
Huh?
Say that again, what?
Your ma.
Say that again, lad.
So when you're wanking, it doesn't. I'll shoot out. I hold it at the top so it doesn't get me in the face. So it just like it puddles sometimes, like around you.
You jizz in your own foreskin?
Huh?
Do you...
No, in my hand here, like it'll hold.
It just puddles. I go off like Mount Vesuvius, lad. It's not.
Oh, sometimes I do, but if it's the 5th one of the day, it's hard. Like, there's loads there, isn't it? Like
you're spitting feathers.
Yeah. It's not fucking. I'm not reaching the door with like the fifth one of the day. I walk to the sink and just clean it in there.
I'm judging you, right? But I actually think it's probably more hygienic than my method. So let's not.
What's your method?
I don't want to discuss
bird.
it. I don't want to discuss it.
Swipe it on the bird.
I don't want to discuss it. Keep up the good work, boys. Huge fan of the pod. P.S. You should have stuck to calling us fans. No, I'm not reading that. Do you want me to? You should. No. You should have stuck.
No. Let's not. If you can't figure it out, then
watch episode 2.
Was it episode 2?
It was early on.
Yeah, it was early on. We were trying to work out what I like. Obviously, Have a Word, have the lids. If you're a fan of Have a Word, you'll know that. We were trying to work out what we would call our fans. Luckily for us, we don't have any yet. We've got a few. And we were trying to work out what we would call them. And we sort of decided on spreaders. But
we thought the same.
Yeah, we couldn't use the other words. You got anything you want to get off chest?
Actually, I'm quite a positive person.
You today?
Just in general.
In general?
Yeah, this wasn't the right branding for me. Too nice.
It's a bit fucking late now, isn't it?
I mean, I wanked in front of a bird, I suppose.
Yeah, it's absolutely the right branding for you. I think the bird thought it was very negative.
I literally killed a bird. Yeah. Sorry, lad. What have you got anything you want to get off your chest?
I've got something. Yeah, I'm absolutely fucking fuming at the minute.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, Beth's. I think you'll fucking agree with me. Like it's more fun, I think, as a topic if you don't agree with me. Like if I come to you and I'm like, oh, this happened, and you're like, no, devil's advocate. It's more interesting because otherwise it'd just be a lot of fucking comedy cul-de-sacs where we just go, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Now what do we talk about? However, this one.
Okay.
This one. Not the case. You're absolutely going to agree with me, and I won't accept any.
I don't like that you're presuming.
Huh?
I don't like this presumptuous behaviour.
You will agree with me, and if you don't, you're lying, and I will not. Like you won't be able to convince me that you're not lying. Beth put the heating on yesterday.
It was colder than.
Beth put the heating on yesterday.
I'm wearing a hoodie.
Bear in mind, this is middle of September when you're getting this. Today is the 1st of August.
So, why?
I don't know, mate. She put the heat. I got in. It was 26 degrees in the house.
What the fuck? She that desperate for a holiday? Is that what it is? She just wants to feel that
I nearly
heat.
lost my fucking mind. She put the heating on yesterday. She said she was trying to dry her clothes for work. She has other clothes. I'm not buying it. Not having it. I'm not having it.
Do you have a dryer?
No, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does. She wins.
It's the 1st of August. You can't convince me that you actually agree with her.
Like
she doesn't win.
That
she
little
doesn't.
piece of information that you refuse to give.
If you're that unprepared for work, bearing in mind, it's fucking Monday today, mate. So she had all weekend to make sure her fucking clothes were dry. She didn't wash them in enough time to make sure that they were dry without putting the heating on. I'm not having it. I'm not fucking having it. I got home, it was 26 degrees in the house. Bear in mind, the house we've been trying to cool down because we own a fucking new build that's fucking insulated with wool.
Oh yeah, God forbid, my house is well insulated. First world problems.
Yeah, it's very short-sighted of me, that, wasn't it? But it is a problem in the summer when you can't like...
No, it is.
It's fucking horrible.
It is, yeah. I've literally been, I've probably, like, again, we've mentioned a few times, I'm living with Beck's mum and dad, and we do pay them keep, but they are so nice to us. Like, we really don't pay our way, especially now that the fucking energy bills have gone off. Of you. And I have a fan.
That's not nice. That's them looking out for themselves. If they charge you too much, you stay longer. They don't want you there,
we get like fucking squatters' rights or some shit like that. I've had a fan pointed at me ever since this heat wave began. Wearing this hoodie today was a bad idea for me. I just run hot. So as soon as you said that, I'm a well-oiled machine and I run hot. Okay.
Okay.
I'm like I'm nuclear. If we shared a bed together, mate, you wouldn't need a hot water bottle. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I give off heat. Hot heat. That's what I'm all about. Okay. Fire. Some might say. Some might say this podcast is fire because I'm on it.
Okay. They won't.
So anyway, I run hot. I've had this fan pointed at me the whole time. I like going on holiday because when, not that I've been away much, but when you're abroad and the weather's dead hot, everywhere inside has aircon, so you can escape the heat. But when you're just trying to function, like in England, and it's that hot, it's horrendous. So as soon as you brought it up, it's a bit of a bugbear of mine. Like, and I was on your side, but as soon as you gave that little piece of information, like it was nothing, about the washing needing drying, I've not had a dryer before, and if you just leave your washing out for days, it can stink sometimes.
Never Maiden, it'll dry in its own time. She needed it dry within a certain period. This is the issue. Her lack of preparation is a reason. We just put everything on the Maiden and it dries within, a fucking half a day or whatever, however long it takes. She wasn't prepared enough and she needed to fucking put her stuff on the radiator.
And she did what it takes? She did what it takes to get shit done?
That's not my fucking problem though, but I'm the one sweating my tits off.
Have some understanding.
No, she's had 2 days to take them out of the fucking washing machine and put them on the Maiden. She didn't until fucking 9 p.m. last night. So she put the heating on. I'm not having it.
You can't be asked brushing your teeth over the toilet so you have a piss in the sink. Who are you to judge?
It's not extra effort to brush them over the toilet. Like
exactly, and you can't be asked doing that.
It's not that I can't be asked. It's like a urinal. It's at the right height. I'm 6'3". Like it's the right height for me. I don't have to aim. That's the difference.
I think she acted appropriately with.
She didn't. Yeah. It's the middle of fucking summer. There is a cost of living crisis. Lo and behold, because of the fucking insane energy bills, and she's putting it on to dry some leggings. We nearly broke up. I nearly broke up with her. I can't believe you agree. That's actually upset me a bit.
I just think like there's nothing worse.
I thought I knew.
Stanky ass clothes. You ever had damp smelling clothes?
This is the point.
There's nothing worse.
What's wrong with you though? This is the point. They don't stink. They're not going to stink. She can put them on the Maiden. She can just put them on the Maiden, but they'll be dry after she needs to leave for work.
How many clothes are there? Because if you overpack a Maiden, it can stink.
What? If you have a full Maiden, it doesn't stink because it's still just dry.
The only time I've not had a dryer, I had a flat share with me mate.
You're a lunatic. You're not understanding my point.
Clothes would stink when they were left on the Maiden. They genuinely would.
No, our clothes never smell. They never smell ever, and we only have a Maiden.
Because you're fucking nose blind to it, and I don't have the heart to tell you.
Why are you lying? I smell like a meadow at all fucking times. I've never smelt bad once during a record, and it's been 40 degrees recently. You're lying to yourself.
That's bullshit because your attitude constantly stinks.
I'm so done with this podcast. Not like even just this episode, just generally. Like it's one thing you shag birds, but
no, I didn't shag the bird. I just nearly came in front of it. I'm so disappointed in myself.